Guys, Barbie here with Reviews by Barbie. I am super excited. Today I'm going to start my rock tumbling process with the rocks that I collected at the Sapphire and Ruby mine. Now you need to have a good assortment, around the same size rocks. These I collected. They may just be ordinary rocks, but some of them look pretty promising, so I'm keeping my fingers crossed. I did go ahead and include this beautiful rose quartz that was included in the kit, just for comparison purposes. So you're going to want to wash these thoroughly before you add them and sort out anything that's going to damage, like a porous rock. If you put an over porous rock in, it's going to absorb all of the grit and it will not polish any of the other rocks and ruin your whole batch. If your rocks are too soft, they're just going to dissolve into nothing, and that's not good either. Also, if you have a big crack in a rock, it will break apart during the tumbling process and it can gouge and damage your other rocks. So let's get started. We are going to add our rocks into our tumbler here. And they say to go about halfway to two-thirds of the way full. I think we got a pretty good, that should do it. Now I am going to be using some of the media, the ceramic polishers. You can use this in step 1 and step 2. All right, we are going to use the number 1 coarse ground grit. You add that package right over the rocks. Oh, that's pretty. I am so excited to do this, and I hope I'm right. I'm going to end up with some really nice specimens. Let's add I figure about 1/4 cup will be a good amount to start with this. Yeah, we're just going to sprinkle that around. There we go. Now you want to pour your water in and you want it to cover just the top of the rocks. I pre-measured 2 cups of water. Let's see how that works. If we need more, we can add it. I'm hoping this should do the trick. And I think I was pretty spot on. I think 2 cups looks pretty good. I'm almost tempted to add just a tiny bit more polishing media. I think I will add just 1 more capful. Now this is reusable. It will break down. The grit itself, of course, is only good for 1 batch, but this media is good for several batches. Alrighty. Now you want to make sure you get a super tight seal on this because we do not want this leaking. This first step is going to take a while. Let's see, I believe 4 to 7 days. Now we're going to want to check it every day according to the directions. Alright, there we go. Let's make sure that's tight. Now you want to make sure when you put it on your base that you've got the top facing towards the right. Here's the front of the machine. So we're going to put it facing the right so that your wheel is going to align with your wheel. Now there are different speeds and days. Oh, looks like we need to plug it in. That's kind of an important step. All right, guys, let's plug it in. Here we go. Right here on the back. Now we are going to set the speed to number 3, and we are going to set the timer to 5 days. Oh, it just automatically took off. 5 days, and we want our speed at 3. Now this does have a pause button. You can pause and check your rocks without ruining the cycle, so that is a great option. This is not too loud. I did have one of these as a child. It was this little orange plastic, more like a toy. And about the only thing I remember is that this thing was so loud, it would make your teeth rattle. This, thank goodness, is not as loud. It is a little bit, so I'm going to be putting this probably way back in a back area where we won't have to listen to it tumble, but close enough where I can keep an eye on it and check it every day. All right, guys, so we're off and running. This is stage 1 of our tumbled rocks. Please leave me a message, make a comment, and if you like what you see, then please click follow, and I hope you will tune back in for our next stage as we go through this whole rock tumbling process. All right, guys, as usual, take care of yourself.